Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की प्रेम से हो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मधुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देव तुलसी महारानी की जय। समावेत भक्त वृंद की जय। All glorious to assembled devotees. All glorious to assembled devotees. All glorious to assembled devotees. All glorious to Sri Radharani. All glorious to Sri Prabhupada. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitanjena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Padamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Sita Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadhamya Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parigana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Anvitamsha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vancha Kalpatarukyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhamsute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Jayam Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tado Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Probably 1 second, I'll just send the kids out. They will start. I got missed with that. Sorry.
You ready?
Yes, yes, yes.
You can start. Thank you everyone for coming. And I would like to also thank Chinmay Prabhu and Priyanka Mataji for inviting all of us, especially me. Thank you. That today we can have some nice katha and nice satsang. And my obeisances to everyone. So I was telling already to Chinmay Prabhu that I am also one of you. So, but it's only difference is that I am speaking and you are hearing. I love to be a good hearer. So, as we all come from Indian background, so we very much appreciate divinity in our life. That we have got it either by birth or by the association of devotees or by some ajnana sukriti that someone has bestowed their mercy upon us, and that the seed of devotion is sown whether we know or whether we didn't know. But then, at least there are proof through which we can understand that we are here definitely means we have appetite to hear and to sing the glories of the Lord. Just until now we were hearing and singing Kirtan. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Prahlad Maharaj is saying that one can engage in the service of the Lord in 9 forms. And then it starts with what? Shravanam. Otherwise, without we hear, what can we do? How can I glorify someone if I do not hear about the person? And Srimad Bhagavatam is a means to understand so much that if we want to make our life perfect, we can even perfect our life in 7 days, like Sukadeva Goswami. But seven days and 7 nights, please. No stop, non-stop hearing. But the good thing here is we don't have to do that, because as a speaker I am also not qualified to speak 7 days, 7 nights non-stop. But when we understand the potency of hearing, when we understand the power, Madai, that's okay.
No, it's okay, Prabhuji. I'll just make sorry. I was
No.
not knowing.
Let's focus on the katha.
Yeah.
I'm more happy. Shubha Mataji. Priyanka Mataji, please join us.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
All problem with
I will
Adivasa
listen
Prabhu. So, but let's see what we can do in next 3 hours, you said?
Yeah. Mataji will tell.
Yeah. Not only Mataji, everyone can tell when to stop. But typically, I hope it's not quite boring that it stops just in 5-10 minutes. If that's the matter, then I'll ask someone to come over and engage us in hearing for many more minutes. It is said that the chanting and hearing are the means to attain bhakti. And Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Kadayantascha Mam Nityam Tushtanti Cha Ramanti Cha, which means that my devotees come together, and when they come together, what do? Katayantascha Mam Nityam. They engage in talking, discussing the subject matter about me. Not me, but the Lord is telling about Him. We have a tendency to talk, at least for some time. And if a chance is given, we talk even little more. And if people are ready to hear, we talk forever about our own glories. Which Krishna is saying, it is prajalpa. As soon as the opportunity comes, we start showing our CV. 10 years back I did that. As soon as I was born, my parents told I was yogi. Not yogi now. We're talking about real yogi. When we discuss about our own glories, after 10 minutes, the other person starts his glories. Do you think I am less? Before birth itself I am yogi. That was previous life. And someone, the third person will tell, you guys are yogis this life, last life. I was yogi forever. Just I came to deliver you all people. Come on, listen what I am going to tell you. So there is always a neck cutting or throat cutting competition in whatever we do. We want to just grab our chest saying, I did it. But Krishna is not saying about that. Krishna is saying that when we discuss the glories and pastimes, Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam, when one discusses about my appearance and the pastimes, karma, whatever I have done, people may think that Krishna has karma. That's why he was hit by a arrow. See, Krishna is also not a god. He is a common man. But Krishna is not talking about that karma, because Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita so many places that I am beyond the karma. I am not just good man. He is not saying I am not even in the mode of goodness. I am above that. Suddha Sattva. And when we discuss about such glories, what will happen? What will happen is we also transcend to that platform. Typically you may have heard this. An elephant is walking on the street and dogs are barking. Usually we think that, in 21st century, the elephant also may go to the dogs and start barking. Elephant is always elephant. It's even said that elephant is priceless, whether it's alive or dead. It doesn't change if it is alive or dead. And the Lord, who is transcendental, when we are discussing His glories, at least for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, and if we have appetite for hearing more and more and more, then we can really become yogi. Because Krishna is saying, one who is remembering me, discussing my pastimes, who is always meditating and serving me, is the first class yogi. Isn't it so nice? The Lord created and has put us into this world, but He is also telling what is the best way to become perfect. But because we do not know that, what we are doing is we are trying to become perfect by our own plans. By doing that, I am perfect. By doing this, I am perfect. So many ways we find, and we try to do that. And after all, doing that, I should sell myself, right? To get a good job, I need to sell myself. I have to show I did this, I did that, you did nothing than what I could do. So many things. But Krishna is saying, for having a proper Bhagavad Katha, we need two people. One who is a speaker and one who is a listener. And both should be having a good taste. Otherwise, if Priyanka Mataji, she made a very nice kheer, but I don't like sweet, what happens? Or I have a jaundice. I eat the kheer, but it tastes bitter. So we need a good combination of a hearer as well as speaker. For next few minutes, let's try to be both of that. Because Krishna is saying, if we become like that, then we can be successful. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
This is not even starting of the session. This is just preparing the ground. But let's give our. I usually say that when Bhagavatam is spoken, it is a lifetime opportunity to become free from all those things that we don't want. Every day when we get up, we think, oh, another day. Yeah, if at all we think that this life is really sucking like anything, the best solution is by hearing Bhagavad Gita. And time to time I repeat saying that, yeah, as you all know, but because I am speaking, I'm just kind of reminding myself and reminding all of us that by hearing Bhagavad Gita we can be blessed. Last time what was the story that we discussed at Shubha Mataji's place?
Gajendra Moksha.
Gajendra Pastime. Yeah, we really did it in quite quick time, right? Usually I don't finish a katha, a pastime in one sitting. That was, yeah, I don't know. Maybe Krishna empowered that day that we could finish that in one shot. Usually I am very slow speaker. I speak, and finally people say, now let's move on. Let's pick another very nice, interesting pastime from Srimad Bhagavatam that I thought, okay, we all know it, but the beauty of Bhagavad Gita is there is no end of hearing again and again. The more and more and more we hear, the more and more we relish. It's not going to be a boring movie. Yeah? We may see a movie and after some time, wow, this is so nice. Next time if we sit in the theater, we know already everything. And next time again, okay, I know this already. But the dimension that we talk in Bhagavatam is not just entertainment, it's not just information, but it is entertaining transformation. Otherwise, if we say, can you please read Bhagavad Gita? In the verse 244, Krishna said this, that, come on, I'm already struggling. I'm looking for some fun, right? If we want to look some fun and at the same time advance, taking shelter of Bhagavatam is the best means. Why? It provides manoranjan. After all, right? We want it. Not those olden days Doordarshan Manoranjan TVs, but we have so many channels now with so many programs. Manoranjan is guaranteed in Bhagavatam. And then there is also Shiksha, the teachings. What is the essence of pastime? And just like we had so many wonderful picks from Gajendra Pastime, let's take today Dhruva. Dhruva Maharaj Pastime. How many of us are familiar already? So let's see how it can be made still not boring. Sukadeva Goswami is saying, or actually Maitreya Rishi is telling this. Maitreya Rishi is telling that Dhruva pastime is so wonderful. He is telling to Vidura. He is telling just of course when we are talking about Gajendra we thought okay elephant, but we saw so much. He was not an ordinary elephant, he was the king of elephants and all strength and all those things, and then still he attracted Krishna. Now what about Dhruva? He is just 5 years boy. Usually we see like that, right? So kids are they want freedom, we want freedom. They want freedom from us, we want freedom from them. But that's not about Dhruva pastime. The pastime of Dhruva, Maharaj, we call him because he becomes the king. Maitreya Rishi is explaining the son of Swayambhu Manu. There are two. Of them, the younger one was Uttanapada. And this king had two wives, Suniti and Suruchi. Suniti is elder and Suruchi is younger. And both have sons. One is Dhruva to Suniti and Uttama to Suruchi. Isn't it a typical family drama, right? After all, there is a king, there is a queen, there is a prince. Again, if we really see from that storyline, Bhagavatam is full of so many turning points and reversals. Otherwise, they wouldn't enter so simply in Bhagavatam. Why will a devotee waste time to discuss about me or you or you? What did we do? That Maitreya Rishi is going to tell to Vidura, hey, this Sudama, such a great person. No. They will be absorbed in discussing about the Lord and the devotees of the Lord, what they have done. So definitely Dhruva Maharaj has done something out of our mind that we can't even imagine. And what kind of situation he was that he has done that. This is what Maitreya Rishi is telling to Vidura. And upfront, already Maitreya Rishi is giving us a motivation why we want to hear Dhruva Maharaj pastime. The first thing is, Dhruva Maharaj is very, very attractive to devotees. Why? Because he did it. He did it. He is our best admirer, right? Just imagine someone who has already attained success, and then we can simply go talk to him and then get the secret of success. So for devotees to become the best devotees, the best way is to hear about what he did, the first thing, and then what kind of pious activities can lead us to success. In the case of Dhruva Maharaj, he did. And then learn how one can enhance one's devotional service by severe austerities and penances. When we come to that part, I don't know if we can really come to that in today's session, but definitely it's unimaginably tremendous penance that he performed. And that too, a boy of 5-6 years old. Isn't it inspiring? Just to know that a boy is so great devotee, which shows that also enhances faith in us towards the Lord. Is it possible just someone thinks that, hey, I want to become a devotee? Okay, I might do something. But because the Lord has come and blessed Dhruva, then we can see, I can also, if I become devotee, then Lord is pleased, and if the Lord is pleased, He will bestow His mercy. This is also what we see from Dhruva. And then we can see how one can very soon elevate to the transcendental platform of devotional service. We are talking of a boy who is starting his devotional career at 5 years. And any guess by when did he finish getting his degree?
6 months.
6 months. I think for us, in 6 months we will start understanding basics. Not practicing, understanding.
Until now we are in basics. I am at least in basics.
Foundation is strong for you then. So this is the benefit. Just by hearing the example of Dhruva Maharaj, austerities, the level of austerity, then we think, oh, we should also take some austerities. Usually what we may think, no, it's too difficult for me. I was never in a forest. I was never in a village. I was never in a town. For me, city is the best. And when yatras come up, right? When all the devotees go for yatra to either Char Dham Parikram or all, oh my God, very difficult. You think why the Lord has to be there on the top? What is so special that He is on the top? Of course, these days hiking has its own taste, so people are hiking. That's okay. But we may think why the Lord is, He wants peace of mind, that's why He is up. If He would have been in the cities, we would bother Him too much, that's why He is having His own dham. So Dhruva Maharaj Pastime will bring us this taste of taking up some austerity. For us, what is the biggest austerity? Few examples. Fasting on Ekadashi is austerity. Isn't it? Fasting is an austerity. Staying awake. Come on, we do night outs, it's not a problem. But staying awake while reading Bhagavatam, as soon as we take a book, we get sleep. Yeah, you just say whether you align with my own thoughts, yeah, because I have these problems. That's why I'm speaking for myself. Another austerity? Doing japa is austerity. Others?
Doing seva daily.
Daily attending deities is austerity.
Going to temple.
Going to temple. You're getting prasadam, right? Okay, going is austerity. Oh,
Yes.
sorry. The food should come to your plate.
Maybe sitting in a katha.
Sitting in a katha? Yes, no choice. He has been sitting for years. Waking up is austerity? No, I'm saying not waking up 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Waking up at Brahma Muhurt 3:30. Is an austerity, right?
Being grateful is also austerity. Being grateful
To be grateful for what?
to the God.
To the God. Why is it austere?
Despair. Is
Why is it austere for thanking the God?
He's the creator.
Okay.
And you are being grateful for that.
Yeah.
That yes, every moment what we are living is, it is in His name.
Yeah, but to glorify Him, what is austerity?
Okay. Being grateful, I thought.
Yeah. To be grateful is glorious. It's not austere. To find words to glorify is an austerity. Because we don't know how to glorify the Lord. We want to glorify because that is our natural feeling to the Lord, but we don't know what are the wonderful shlokas, with which we can glorify the Lord.
Is it always important to glorify the God with the sloks? And we cannot just glorify with the normal words.
Words like how you feel about it.
The Lord can understand every language, every word, so we
Then
can do
why
it.
we always have to see that, okay, since it's written in Bhagavad Gita, for example, also last time the Gajendra,
Mhm.
he did like, always he used to pray in the shlokas and all. When I don't know the shlokas, so for example at that time, so I cannot pray to the God, or he will not listen to my prayers.
At least Krishna didn't say that. But it's so nice to glorify properly, right?
Yeah, that is of course. That is true.
So, just imagine you want to glorify someone who is a prime minister, but you are just glorifying him like a male.
Normal person.
Then we really can benefit by going to Bhagavatam to understand the greatness of the Lord. We don't have to really by heart the slok.
Yeah, exactly.
I think in Kali Yuga, our memory capacity is so bad that if we try to by heart the slok, there is a bhav that comes later. What kind of bhav we may develop? We may develop what? I know shloka.
I know shloka. And
Better not to by heart shlokas. Huh? But we want to know the essence of the slok. We want to understand the meaning of it. Isn't it? Okay. Glorifying is answered. Any other austerities? Anyone want to confess? Huh? So the example of Dhruva Maharaj's austerities can immediately generate a feeling of devotional service in the hearts of the hearer. If we are good hearer, what will happen? Oh, we are not good hearer, I think so.
Now we have to think.
yeah.
I am repeating again. The example of Dhruva Maharaj's austerities can immediately generate a feeling of devotional service in the hearts of the hearers. So what will we get? If we attentively hear,
Devotional service.
and now in this 21st century, who want devotion? We are a bit scared, right? When it comes to devotion, oh, we have to leave a lot behind. No more that, no more this. All rules and regulations. Oh, better we leave bhakti. Isn't it? Sometimes it's become too much, right? If someone is saying, let's go for yatra, what facility is there? Better I have better facility here and I'll give 1,000 rupees to you and you put it in the hundi there. Isn't it? So nice. I'm also serving. Huh? So in this case, that is the reason why we say that the speaker and the hearer both should be interested in spiritual knowledge. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Hari
Hare Krishna.
Hare
So in Srimad Bhagavatam in the first canto there is this nice shloka. Munaya sadhu prishto ham bhavadbir lokamangalam yat krita Krishna sam prashno yenatma suprasidati. O sages, I have been justly questioned by you. Your questions are worthy because they relate to Lord Krishna and so are relevance to the world's welfare. Only questions of this sort are capable of completely satisfying the self. I think there is some echo coming from. Let's see. Oh, it's here. I can do it. So, what does this mean is that the questions that we ask should be very nice. I'm not giving a disclaimer and warning. You can still ask all questions we have. But the questions, if they are related to the Lord, that can give us what? Prasidati, suprasidati. What is that? Satisfaction. After all, we have come here, after all, we are having this katha for what? To have satisfaction. And what kind of questions can lead satisfaction? Here, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, I have been justly questioned by you. So all the rishis who are there, they are asking all questions. And there is also further, Dharma, Swanutishta, Pumsam, Ishvaksena Katashuya, Na Upapadyat Yadi Ratim, Shrama Evahi Kevalam. Shrama Evahi Kevalam means, it's very clear. Shrama means effort, and wasteless effort, or kind of waste of effort. The occupational activities a man performs according to his own position are only so much useless labor if they do not provoke attraction for the message of the personality of Godhead. So if we do not have the interest to know about the Lord, whatever effort we may put is waste. Which means if we are traveling for kilometers or miles, or even have crossed 7 oceans, in the end, if I go to a place where I am just relaxing, enjoying and all, we may think it's very, if we ask now, how was your vacation? We say, wonderful. Bhagavatam says, useless. Shrema evahi kevalam. It is only waste. Why? Because this is not provoking that interest to know the Lord and His pastimes.
In vacation also you can always devote yourself to the God.
Yes.
Then
We
it's
just
not-
detail everything such a way that even vacation can be so blissful and successful and purposeful by going to Vrindavan. Isn't it so nice? We just want to have, what is the purpose of vacation? We want to go out of our house. Just for a change. Because after going there anyway, we want to come back to our home. Isn't it?
So here I have a question.
Yes.
Is it always
Is it devotional?
Yeah.
That's what is condition. No,
it is always necessary that when we say that okay, I am doing vacation to Vrindavan or Mathura or somewhere, I am going to the religious place and I am doing a vacation on some other place and I am devoting myself to the God.
Mhm.
Is it same or it's different? It has different values. And why?
So you are saying that you are selecting to go to Vrindavan because you want to have a vacation. Is that your question?
No, my question is, if I go to Vrindavan for
Yes.
vacation and if I go to some other place for vacation, but at both places I am devoting myself to the God, is it has the same values or it doesn't have the same values?
It will not have the same value.
Why?
Because the spiritual places are surcharged by spiritual energy. You may say that let me go to a very first class 5-star hotel and then I will do japa there.
Energy.
And then you are also going to Vrindavan in a no-star hotel and then you are doing japa there. Now where will you remember Krishna more?
Definitely Vrindavan.
The vibrations are
Yes.
Not only that, in 5-star hotel you will see everyone in swimming pool, right? In Vrindavan you will see everyone in where?
temple,
Some chanting.
Will we still look for a swimming pool in Vrindavan? No, right? We still look for people, hey, wow. See? For how many years have you been doing this? They will say, you know what? I mean, I can relate some nice past. And there was one guy who came to Vrindavan. He visited only once. And then he liked it so much. And now the vacation is over and he wanted to go back. Then one sadhu told, he was driving in his auto. He's saying, one who comes to Vrindavan never goes back. And then he stopped his yatra and settled in Vrindavan forever. And now I don't think in 5-star hotel such instructions are given. So what happens is when we go to a place where like-minded things are happening, then we have more strength not only the energy that we are saying, that anyway Vrindavan is surcharged by Krishna energy, not only Krishna's energy, but all devotees like us who have come, we are also bringing a lot of energy. What kind of energy? It's inspiring us. It inspires. Otherwise, we never can believe how can someone do japa for 1 hour, for 2 hours. There are devotees in Vrindavan who are doing japa all the time. And there are devotees who do not eat all the day. And now the question comes, oh, but how is they surviving? Huh? Isn't it amazing?
Yes, amazing.
Huh? And there are devotees who are doing not only not eating, but they do the Govardhan Parikram of many kilometers every day. Not once, twice. Isn't it not inspiring us? So these examples that we hear, that we see, have a deep impressions in our heart. That when I go back to my home, then I carry so much wealth with me that one day, when so many things come in our life that we are looking for an alternative which is making me happy, really happy, then we remember that sadhu who has done, that Mataji who has done, those things will come up. So when we go to Dham, we see examples and then we get inspiration. Yeah. Shall we get into the story?
Yes.
1 hour over? Otherwise I still have some time to... So Uttanapad had 2 wives, Suniti and Suruchi, and then he also has 2 sons, Uttam and Dhruva. One fine day, when Uttanapada was sitting on his throne, then Uttam was sitting on the lap of his father, and somehow Dhruva saw this, and he thinks, hey, I also want to sit on the lap of my father. Is it not so uncommon? It's very normal, because he's seeing, kids usually see and they do. If someone is doing good, other kids will do good. If kid is doing something wrong, other kid thinks, oh, this is so nice, let me also join. Unless he already got sanskar. What is good, what is wrong. Until he gets that, just do while you see. And then here Uttam was sitting on the lap of his father, and the father was happy. And he also had this desire that he wanted to sit on the lap of his father. Srimad Bhagavatam is telling about a story where it's all about father and sitting, a son wants to sit on the lap. That is also not a problem, which is very normal. But what happened after that is really, really very interesting. If all of us are very, very attentive, we will not miss this important point. We may know already. We may know already what happened. What happened is his stepmother Suruchi came, and then she stopped Dhruva to get on his father's lap. And why? Because we know the storyline anyway. What could be the reason? What problem does Suruchi will have if Dhruva is sitting on lap of his father? What is the loss he will get? What is the loss she will get?
Insecurity.
Insecurity of what?
That he will love Dhruva Maharaj more than
Okay.
her own son.
Okay. One guess.
Maybe.
One guess is that she is feeling insecure that if Dhruva becomes close to his father.
Father.
Yeah.
One day he might secure his position.
One day he might secure which position?
His father's position.
Father's position.
Yeah.
Okay.
very common
Yeah,
insecurity.
yeah, insecurity. For the stepmother.
For the stepmother, it becomes insecure. Very interestingly, that's the reason I was mentioning. Suniti is the first wife. Suruchi is second wife.
Second.
So already insecurity is there. If at all we do not, if at all Suruchi doesn't accept Dhruv to become the king, but is something in her hand. I hope your belongings are safe,
I was correct.
secure, not insecure.
Two people have gone.
Fine. So Suruchi was envious. She was envious of whom? Of Dhruva Maharaj? Suniti, what? Anyway, Suniti chapter is closed. Though she is elder to her, Uttanapad's favorite wife was Suruchi already. Suruchi is already a favorite wife, and that is the reason she knows this very well, that my husband is not going to speak against me, and that's why she was proud. Ati Garbika. She was so much having this pride that, hey, whatever I say, there will be never a no. She was very proud of herself. Because of combination of proudness and envy. What is the envy here? What is the meaning of envy?
Jealousy.
What is the meaning of jealousy?
That she's better than me. Or something.
Lacking.
What lacking?
Jealousy is that I don't have it and the other person.
Jealous is not I don't have it. Jealousy means I have it, but I don't want to
not
do
have
it.
it.
The
But
other person is having more.
Should not get it.
Should
but
not
other
get
person should not get it. That is jealous. And now what is envy?
Envy is what we said now.
What is that?
That someone is having better than me.
Someone has already,
Something better.
but I am not having
Having
it.
it. Yes.
That is envy. Just having envy doesn't do the job. But when you are in right position, when you are having that power, envy can become very dangerous. Isn't it? There is one story that in a village there is a priest, a Brahmin priest, and his wife. I do not remember the names, but I do remember their daughter's name, Vegavati. You know the story already?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And then because it's a small village or a town, and everyone respected this Brahmin priest very much. When everything was going fine, everyone used to come, they used to hear the katha and all those things, so nice. One fine day, a sadhu comes. And a sadhu, he's not a fake sadhu, he's a real sadhu. These days it's difficult, right? But it so happened, maybe this story is very old one. Those days, a sadhu who was a real sadhu who came, and because he is sadhu, everyone got attracted. Because he is giving the way out, how to advance, how to be free, how to be happy, and all these things. And this made what? Vegavati envious. Or even, in this case, jealousy. In this case, she became very jealous. Why? Because already my father is very famous. Everyone is giving value. Slowly everyone started going to this sadhu. And then this sadhu, one day she decided, let me change the mind of these people. After all, I am local. How many of us have this feeling? When we are local, we can do anything. So this Vegavati, what she did is she started poisoning the mind of people. Then you know what he did. He is very, very Falgu Baba, fake Baba. Whatever he is telling is all nonsense. He doesn't do anything. I have seen that. I have seen this. so many things, and people started moving away from this sadhu. Then this sadhu became disturbed. He was thinking, oh, how can this be true? If I leave it like this will become true. He said, I have to correct it. Yeah? He was not interested in name and fame. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. Mama janmani janmanishware. Bhavatat bhaktir ahetuki tvai. So he is a genuine sadhu. But he didn't want to leave it, because otherwise tomorrow everyone will follow that, the priest, and then he wanted to show that he is really genuine, and he was just very sincerely praying. And then what happened? This Vegavati became ill. She was so ill that any medicine she got didn't help her. What is the medicine for envy? Huh? People doesn't know, right? She has envy. She thought she can invent a medicine by poisoning the minds of people. Usually this is what we do, right? Then we become more famous, then the other person becomes, that's okay. But what happened? Whatever she thought medicine became poison for her, and she became ill. Of course, the sadhu is powerful, and because he genuinely worships God, so it was God's arrangement that she became ill, and literally she was totally sick. And one fine day she understood, I am facing this because of what I did to sadhu. And then she went. So what is the medicine? Repentance. She very genuinely accepted what she did, and she repented for what she has done, and she begged for forgiveness. And sadhus are always what? Very merciful. And he has forgiven. And then what happened? She became disciple of this sadhu. So which means a proper transformation. It was not just a story. It really happened. And then what happened? When this lady left the world, she went to Swarg, heaven. She enjoyed all the facilities for whatever she has earned. And then she again took birth and suffered for what she has done. So in spite of knowing, in spite of even being forgiven, the Lord doesn't forgive if we ill-treat or mistreat a sadhu. And what is the cause of that? Envy. Okay. We could say if they already have it, it is jealous. If they don't have it, it is envy. But effect is what? Same. What happens? It burns our heart. And in this burning, what is happening? We are ourselves burned. Let's come back to Suruchi's story. Then in the case of Suruchi, what happened is because of her pride and because of her envy, she thought that if I continue, if I don't do anything, this is what usually strategy, right? If I don't do anything, he will become automatically the king. What happens to my own son? Then she started telling, and for next half an hour we have to be very careful. What she said, we should not say. She said that you cannot sit on the lap of king. Why? Because you are not born out of my womb. And when this is happening, interestingly, Uttanpad is just seeing what is happening. This is because that favoritism is a very, very dangerous situation. If we favor someone, if we think, hey, okay, let them do, they can take over and then manipulate and extract what they want. And this is what happened in the case of Suruchi. She knew that her husband will not say no to whatever she says. And then, in this case, what happened? because Dhruv is not her son, and that too, because Dhruv is son of first wife, she didn't want that he gets closer to his father. And then she started telling, you know what, you do not deserve to sit on the throne of this kingdom. She simply said, sometimes when we are too much out of control, we speak what is actually is in our mind. At least until that time we will just manage, so that people should treat me well, right? You should know that, hey, I am a good guy. As soon as some agitation comes and how I handle, then you know who I am really. And Suruchi, she straight away said this, that you do not deserve to be sitting on. First she said lap of the king, but she immediately said that throne is not for you. So ultimately the problem is what? Not about a boy sitting for an hour or for a moment, but actually the throne is at risk. And giving a throne to someone else means like slavery, rest of the life. And then there is also Putra Vatsalya that Suruchi had for her own son. Uttam, what will happen to my Uttam? Will he every day will be saying yes boss to Dhruva Maharaj? No. She wanted him to rule. So she said that. And then you are not born from my womb. What? For Dhruva Maharaj, a boy of 5 years, he even doesn't know what is that. For him, he just sees both Suniti and Suruchi as both mothers. For him, he doesn't really see any difference between whether he was born for the first wife or the second wife. Father is who? Only one. It is still the same one father, right? And then Dhruv didn't knew the distinction between these two. And then for him, he was just silent. What is going on? What is she telling? I'm not able to understand. And then she goes a step further. And she says, your attempt to sit on the throne is doomed to failure. When we are proud, when we have power, what is that we get? We think that whatever I am thinking will happen. I will manage it to happen because I have the power. And Suruchi, because of that power, because of that pride, because of her position, she is speaking that she doesn't even know what she is speaking. She is thinking that whatever you do, I will not make sure that will happen because I know what to do. Some people are in this mode, right? I know how to take revenge. I know how to handle people. I make sure that this will not happen because I don't like it. As if like I am the God, I have to approve someone's life, how it should be. We make sure, we make schemes, we make groups. All these things will happen. In the case of Suruchi, she didn't have to do all these things because husband is in her control. That is the reason she is speaking all this. And then what happened after that? She is so mercifully telling, if at all you want to really sit on the lap of your father, there is only one way. There is only one way. What is that way? What is that? You should undergo severe austerities. Come on. मुफ्त में कैसे मिलता है? How can you get something so freely? You have to do something really great, amazing. We know that, right? If someone wants to have a son, one has to do a lot of piety, he has to do a lot of punya. And here, interestingly, if Suruchi has, if Dhruva has to sit on the lap, he has to also do a lot. If it was me, I would say I don't want that seat at all. Go to hell. I wouldn't go so far. After all, I think she is loose, Suruchi, whatever she is telling, she doesn't know what she is speaking. Let's give up this whole idea of sitting on the lap of Uttanapad, my father. And she is saying not only that you have to perform severe austerities, you have to do what? You have to please Hari. It's not just if you do some austerities I'm seeing, oh, this guy is doing a lot of austerity, let me bless. No. This austerity is to do what? Not to please Suruchi, to please the Hari. Because to be born as my son, you have to get lot of punya. Only if you have attained lot of punya, then you can become my son. Then you can come from my home and not this life, next life. Very, very hot, right? You have to open the window. No, it doesn't work. The subject is so hot, isn't it? To a boy of 5 years, Suruchi is telling that you have to perform austerities to please Lord Hari. We know how difficult it is. At age of 30, 40, 50, 60, we know how difficult it is. And she is telling to Suruchi, to Dhruva Maharaj, 5-year-old boy, will he understand what is being said?
But he was knowing, Prabhuji, that they are fighting for this thing. Dhruva Maharaj was knowing that behind the scenes these things are going on.
What thing is going on? It is straight in front now.
Yeah, so like they are fighting for him not to sit on the place.
So that he can't be
a king.
Future king. No, I don't
know exactly.
Are you asking about the king or are you asking about sitting on the lap?
Sitting Dhruva Maharaj. I'm asking about the Dhruva.
As a 5-year-old boy, I don't think that he knew that why my stepmother, because he didn't even know she's stepmother or
not.
Yeah, mother. So how would he know that why she's doing whatever she's doing? Yeah, why she's saying this?
For a 5-year innocent boy, it's too much to expect that.
Exactly.
For him, he is kind of, she said, satisfy that Hari who is Aradhya Purusham. After pleasing him, then if he blesses you, बाद में देखते हैं. If he blesses you, that you can become my son in the next life. When you become my son, then you have a chance. Not now. This is so painful, isn't it?
Yes.
And then what happens? What happens in the case of Dhruva Maharaj is very, very painful situation. Not because he is going to lose his throne or whatever. He is being chastised by his mother, stepmother. And then Maitreya Uvacha Madhu Sapatya Sa Durukti Viddaha Swasan Rusa Danda Hato Yatahi. So just like when a serpent is hit by a stick, then it will hiss strongly. The anger that came, come on, am I not? When Suruchi was telling, he was saying, how is it that I can't sit on my father's lap? He became very, very angry. Not about feeling pain. He became so angry. And why? Not just Suruchi has said all these words. When Suruchi is telling this, what is happening? Uttanapad is not stopping. That is the cause. After all, father, he should say, hi, no. For a while, if he sits, no problem. Or he understands. He should at least mitigate something. But he didn't do that. My dear Vidura, as a snake when struck by a stick breathes very heavily, Dhruva Maharaj, having been struck by the strong words of his stepmother, began to breathe very heavily because of great anger. It's not because of just pain, it's not because he can't do anything. He is breathing heavily because of anger. Why?
Because his father didn't intervene.
Yeah. But as I said, if father doesn't do, still there are other ways to react. Bhagavatam, it's clear that he is a Kshatriya. A Kshatriya, how can he admit that he is low? He is saying, he becomes angry that, who are you to do this? I am rightfully eligible to sit on my father's lap. He became very angry for the way that he was chastised. And when he saw that his father was silent and did not protest, he immediately left the palace and went to his mother. Isn't it so? In Srimad Bhagavatam, where Ajamila pastime comes, there is very nice there is a very nice explanation. It is said, Uttanapad, here we see he is a king. How can he be partial to only one? How can he just offer his lap to Uttama and not offer to Dhruva? He should be impartial, right?
But he was partial at the beginning. He was doing partiality between his two wives. So that is, eventually it happened.
Yeah.
So the consequence of the.
Yeah, and Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, when Ajamila was being taken by Yamadutas, I think if you know this pastime, when Yamadutas came to take Ajamil to Yamalo, to Narak, at that time Vishnudutas come. And Vishnudutas are saying, you know what? Prajanam pitaro yecha shastara sadava sama yadi syad teshu vaishamyam. Vaishamyam means partiality. Kam yanti sharanam praja. When the king is partial, what is the fate of the praja? Yamadutas, Vishnudutas are discussing, if Yamaraj himself is partial, that he is taking this Ajamil to his, this Ajamil has not committed any offense. But then if Yamadutas are coming to take, what is this? When Yamaraj himself is making mistake, who can correct? A king or a government official should be so qualified that he acts as a father, maintainer and protector of the citizens. But when such an official is no more taking protection, then it is said. However, if such persons become polluted and exhibit partiality by punishing an innocent, blameless person, where will the citizens go to take shelter for their maintenance and security? Here, Dhruva's situation is that his father is not favoring him, or at least not even taking care. And his father is also who? He is the king. Now where will Dhruva will go? King is not going to take care because king himself has this problem. And that time he, out of anger, he went to his mother. And mother, you know what mother did? Mother, she came to know about what happened. From whom? From her palace residence. It's not that, okay, there was this cell phone immediately, you know what happened, please take care. No, there was this palace residents who saw what has happened, and then they told to Suniti, and Suniti got completely disturbed. She got so much disturbed, she's thinking, what has happened? Because she saw Dhruva's lips were trembling in anger, and then he was breathing very, very heavily, he was crying grievously. When all these things are happening, what happened to Suniti? She also was going through pain because she understands, ab tak mera bari tha, abhi mera beta ka sthal. She was thinking, anyway I was neglected. And then she started telling, you know what? She was also breathing very heavily and she didn't know what is the actual remedy for this solution. अगर वो उनको खुद पता चलता है कि क्या करना चाहिए, if she herself knew what is the solution, she had already solved her own life. She had no remedy for her own problem because the king is always favoring his second wife. And then she said, she spoke at least highest philosophy. She doesn't know remedy. जब हमको remedy पता नहीं चलता ना क्या करना चाहिए, we have to take steps like this. What should we do? Because she didn't know the remedy for this problem, she took the remedy from a factual, highest understanding. What she said? She said that the cause of our suffering are our misdeeds. For a 5-year-old boy, she is telling this. She is pacifying, saying, no. Whatever we are facing, we are ourselves the reason. This is very important. Otherwise, we will just do what? We will just. That is what she is telling. Don't wish inauspiciousness for others. Second, instruction. After all, mother's job is what? To instruct the child so that the child advances properly. It is not that नहीं मेरा बात नहीं सुन रहा है, सुनाना पड़ता है. We have to find a way so that the child is understanding this, and this is what we talk about giving sanskar. When we talk about giving sanskar means we find ways, whatever it could be, sweet, hot, whatever. We should find a way that the child is understanding how to be in the mode of goodness by developing good qualities. So here mother is not just saying, hey, सुरुचि ने ऐसा किए, हाँ, मैं उत्तानापाद से बात करूँगा, नहीं. She didn't say I'm going to talk to the king. She didn't say that I'll put her into jail. She didn't do anything. What she first said is that first understand if we are suffering, this could be because of our misdeed. And because he is in anger, second thing she said, don't think inauspicious for others. No. She has caused. Suniti is not saying, hey, how can you cause pain to my son? I will also give you all shrap. No, she didn't say that. She is even telling to her son, don't think bad about others. Why? Because it is said, anyone who causes pain to others, what will happen? The pain will pain you. आजकल ना double rate मिलता है. If you give little pain, they say, hey, I will give you with compound interest. After all, right? Compound interest means what? More than we can handle. This compound interest is very dangerous, right? The interest of the other person is very compound. Simple means some. Simple meaning is very simple. Compound means very complex. You don't even know how it will come. So, Suniti is telling what? Good niti to her son. Don't think inauspicious for others, because if you pain them, that will pain you. And then she is further told, whatever your stepmother spoke, there is some truth. How to see some opportunity of our good in adverse condition is, that's what we see here. Suniti is telling, whatever your stepmother spoke is due to the fact that your father doesn't value me. Fact to fact hai. She is also telling. Otherwise, tomorrow again something happens, again he will come crying, again she has to tell. No, the fact is, your father doesn't give me value even that much that he gives to his maid servant. Now whom should I tell? This is what Suniti is telling. My own situation is bad. What can I do? And then, therefore you are born from unfortunate women. That is a fact. She want to tell. She want to teach her son. What is the real situation? The situation is, I myself is unfortunate, and you are son of unfortunate. What fortune can you expect? And then finally she said, whatever Suruchi spoke, though the words are very harsh to hear, that is fact. What did she say? What did she say? She said, you must worship the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Catch that. Because we, in a conversation, we usually catch what hurts us. Isn't it? We think, hey, इसने मुझे ये बोला है, this person told me this person told me that. No. Rather catching what is painful for us, we have to see what helps me to advance. So, she said, you must worship the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. Aradhya Dokshaja Pada Padmam. You have to catch the lotus feet of the Lord. And then, just by worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord, what happened? She is giving examples. Bache na, they want examples, right? Kids want examples. He said, Brahma ji, he got the intelligence to create the universe. And he is successful. The second example she gave is, Swayambhuva Manu. Not only he is materially successful, spiritually also he got liberated. Just by doing what? By serving the Lord. So she is telling, by serving the Lord, you will be getting what you want. So, hence you should also take shelter of the Lord. If at all these problems should go, and execute allotted occupation and become situated the Supreme Lord in your heart. So when the Lord is in our heart, nothing can do anything. At the moment in our heart we have so many desires. Our heart has desire to do world tour, our heart has desire to do that, do this, so many desires. And due to all these desires, what is happening? There is no place for the Lord in the heart. If you see, the size of the heart is very small. Right? Hey Bhagwan, you are too heavy for my heart. But we have so many things in our heart.
And that we won't feel, then we won't feel heavy in our heart. But
Yeah.
when it comes to devotion,
When the problems come, then heart becomes heavy. When the Lord is coming, the heart is not, we think that it is too heavy. No. When the problems come, the heart becomes too heavy. Oh, मुझे क्यों हुआ है? तुमको हो सकता है ना? देखो कितना. You can handle, I can't handle. So, engage always in His service without deviation. No one can mitigate your distress except the Supreme Lord. Many demigods, like Brahma, seek the pleasure of Lakshmi Devi to be happy. But Lakshmi Devi herself is offering service to the Lord by massaging His feet. So we understand by this that it's not the demigods, but the Supreme Lord. Only the Supreme Lord can protect. And saying so, she told, she didn't say, hey, no, from tomorrow don't go to palace. That otherwise your father will do something, your mother will do something, and you will have a lot of problems, and you bring those problems to me. I don't want all these problems. Stop all this business. No, she told that yes, you can be happy, you can be successful by offering your prayers, by taking up austerity, by doing devotional service. Then you can become successful. That is the true spirit of mother, because ultimately the role of mother is huge. That she is taking care in such a way that the child becomes perfect. Because fathers are lazy, fathers are busy with their own stuff. So, but the role of mother is so important in our society. We may say, hey, of course, it can open up a debate about equality and all those things. But mother has even upper hand to take care of children. Then we say, what about the father? Yeah, they should also do it. Yeah? Otherwise, fathers like Uttanapad will create only problem. I'll stop here. Is it fine?
Yes.
Because I see slowly people are getting lighter. This is what, na? The people who are from heavenly planets, they are light. So as the Bhagavad Katha is going inside, na, people are getting light, and they are flying. So I'll stop here. I don't know if there are any questions. Anything anyone want to add?
Dhruva Maharaj के father का नाम
Uttanpad.
उनको नहीं फेस करना पड़ा अपने कर्मा का consequence. As a king, first of all, he shouldn't be biased. As a husband also and as a father also. All three places.
Uttanpad was successful in the end. After 4 chapters of Bhagavatam, we will come to that point. Yes. But he is successful. So to have a son like Dhruva Maharaj means liberation. Unke 7 generations in the past and 7 generations in the future, everyone are delivered. If one have in a house, if one becomes devotee, and if he delivers, he is delivering everyone. So now you know. So it doesn't mean that, how is it justified? He has made a big mistake, he has to suffer, and then Lord is merciful.
And maybe he become Nimitta so that Dhruva Maharaj.
In that sense, we can always say everything is Nimitta, right?
Yeah. actually that brings at least some bit of relief when you don't have answers and you don't want to get distracted from your spiritual path. You just leave everything on God. Okay, maybe
There are 10 reasons why something is happening in our life. One is our own karma, another is divine arrangement, another is of the other karma, others karma. So many things are there. And there is also a reason that Lord wants to teach us something. We didn't do our own bad thing, but He wants to teach us something so that we... So many, there are 10 reasons. And Uttanapada's role here as a father. We could see that in Bhagavatam we are talking about so many places where the Lord is personally taking care of the whole pastime so that He wants to teach us. Yeah? And then through Bhagavatam what Lord does is He glorifies a devotee. Usually we think Lord is great, Lord is great. Lord wants to show that His devotees are greater than Him. Because the devotees has the power to call the Lord to the earth. Yeah? Anyone? I don't know if we have even time for questions, but...
What kind of ostracity or tapasya he might have done?
For that you have to get ticket for 14th October. 14th October there will be a discourse at Hiral Prabhu. He is there, right? He is there. Yeah. Do we still have a place? No.
No,
I think you are leaving already to India, right?
I'll be in India, but I'll get this. I can get that link.
Yeah.
And then
That is suspense. Come on. For 1 week we need to think about it.
okay. Yeah.
We just spoke about 15 verses of Bhagavatam out of 400 verses.
400, yes.
Okay. Here you was.
Yes, sorry. So do we learn that from this pastime that we can approach the Lord even for some material or for some sense pleasure?
That will be answered next week.
Okay.
Is it the
So
same?
just trying to give a short answer for his question. It is always best to ask the Supreme Lord for whatever you want, material or spiritual. Why? The Lord decides what He wants to give you. The Lord decides whether it's good for you or not. Huh? Because you have this material desire, the Lord is saying, no, I'll give you something which is really needed for you. We ourselves don't know what we need.
That's true.
But usually when we approach demigods, because they give those blessings very easily, then what happens? We think, we'll never come to the point what is real bhakti. Yeah? So to your question, what should I do if I have material desire? Yeah, ask the Lord. He will find a way. What is the best for us? Yeah?
Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
You wanted to say? Or?
Prabhu, is it same Dhruva Maharaj? Like we know that he resides in the Dhruva Lok.
Yes.
We are talking about that Dhruva only.
But we have many examples, like small kid, Nachiketan Yamraj Sambad.
Yeah.
He was 8, I think, or 6.
7, I think.
7, yeah. And many.
Boys are advanced than us. That's what you want to say, right? Prahlad Maharaj, yeah? Advanced.
I wanted to say that.
Can it really happen?
Yeah. But we shouldn't treat kid as a kid. This is a great opportunity, like or ourselves, like as
These days, right? So kids are no more kids. We can't treat them kids. Huh?
Yeah.
There are a lot of laws here. Huh? As soon as you treat the kid as kid, they say, hey, there is.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, coming back to your question.
I mean, like we should always keep that window open. That age doesn't matter. If one thing is clicked, we should always provide kid with good sanskara and these type of stories.
We should always pray for them and we should always provide the environment for them.
Yes, and then
These two things are in our hand. Remaining everything is in their hand. We should pray for them as much as possible. But to pray for them, we should also have to have our own spiritual energy. मेरे पास खुद नहीं है तो मैं क्या दूँगा? मैं खुद भिखारी हूँ. So we have to earn that spiritual strength by practicing Krishna consciousness, by chanting, by Shravanam Kirtanam, by remembering the Lord, as you said, whether whatever is, keep praying to the Lord. When we get the strength, then we can give it to our kids. When we say blessings, what is this blessing? It is the power. Where is it coming from? By calling the Lord. Yeah. You have a question, I guess?
Yeah. Then is it like what I have understood here? So is it like that when I devote myself to the God, I can change my karmas or I can reduce my karmas, what I have done in past life?
No, Prabhuji, sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, which example you are bringing? Are you saying
So for example, as we asked, that can we ask even God for the materialistic world or for the spiritual world? So here whenever I say that whatever is happening, it is happening because of my karmas. And then I am asking God to change them. For example, He has given me this thing. Like this situation, He has also created the same situation. And now I am asking Him that I want to go out of the situation. So
the Father is
how
always...
how we can say that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If the child is obedient, the Father is ready to give more. Right? So what happens is if I am a child of the Father, Supreme Lord, if I show some genuine repentance or genuine interest of changing my attitude, that I want to become obedient, the Lord is saying, okay, I'll make your life a little easy. You don't have to earn so much. I'll give you some, what do you call this? जो मेरा hereditary, not hereditary, what do you call it?
Genetic.
Yeah.
Genetic.
What do you call in English? Not genetic. Heritage. I'll give some heritage to you just like that. You don't have to work so much. But if you really are not so much, if you don't know how to use that, I would not give you. Why should I give you? So the Lord is in full control of either nullifying what we have done, because Krishna is saying in the last verse of Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharma Parijyancha Mamekam Sharanam Praja. If you surrender, then he says, Moksha Isyam Masucha. He's saying, I give you liberation. If you surrender to him, whatever you are giving, let me just take it. The Lord is giving us full freedom. The more and more we are obedient, the more and more we enjoy.
And Prabhuji, you also told about Vedmati, like she poisoned the village people's mind, and then she genuinely repentant and she went to Swarglok, but because of her karmas, she came back. And I think
Karma formula is, you know what? 1 plus minus 1 is not 0.
No.
1 plus minus 1 is 1 plus minus 1. Which means I want to atone my whatever I have done. Karma Kanda is telling if you do this, then your path is gone. You will. Yeah, but when I do not change my heart, I will commit again. How many times I want to go to a Pandit and they say, please do this, please do that, and clean. How many times he will clean? This is compared to an elephant which is taking bath in a lake and after coming out putting the sand on itself. What is the use of that bath? So the real thing is a heart transformation that can happen when we take the shelter of the Lord and say, I made a mistake. I am really going through very, very tough time. Please, Lord, make my material life happy. Make my spiritual path easy. These prayers one can offer. Otherwise, already when the material life is burning, what can we do? So that is what the intention behind the asking. This is what Krishna is seeing. If he is seeing there is a genuinity that he is going to come on the path, he will facilitate it. If not, He is going to take away what we have and make us really understand. Because हम सोच रहे कि नहीं, if I get some 50 lakh rupee, then whatever my problem will be gone. Then Lord says 50 lakh से कुछ नहीं होगा. You have to understand that you can live in 5 lakh. So for that He will make your asset to 5 lakh only. So this is all arrangements of the Lord to help us to understand what we really need to do. Yeah? Okay.
Prabhuji, what is moksha?
What is moksha? Moksha is a state of freedom from suffering. So, an example is someone is putting our head into the water. We cannot breathe. You are suffocating, you are choking, and then the guy is bringing the head up. That is moksha. Yeah? But that's not eternal happiness. It's only a relief from the pain. The eternal happiness is what? The eternal happiness is what? Even if you put me in the water, I don't care, because the Lord will take care of me.
Exactly.
And how can we get that? When we serve. When we serve the Lord, then what is happening? Huh? When we serve the Lord, what is happening? Lord is going to take care of everything. Then always it's only bliss. Happy. At the moment what we are doing, we think that relief itself is happiness. The real happiness starts when we are chanting. For that we don't have to clear our loans. You may think, no, मैंने इतना loan किया है. पहले I have to earn a lot. After I earn a lot, then I will be free from all this problem. When I am free from this problem, then I will remember the Lord. That's not going to happen. If not this loan, some other loan. Isn't it? So, unless we come to this point that, just by going up I am happy, that will keep us always, one day I am inside, one day I am outside. Just imagine I don't know swimming and I jump into a sea. When I am up, I am breathing, I am fine. Again I am drowning. Up, how long? But then there is one who is coming with a rescue helicopter and then he is saying, hey, you give me your hand and then I will take you up. Don't we want such a rescue, what do we call this? I think you may have seen all this Baywatch and all those things, right, where what do we call them?
Beach patrol.
Nice word, by the way. Rescuers, yeah, I don't know what. So, don't we want someone who rescue us from this problem?
Rescue team.
And who are they? Sadhus. The sadhus are coming, they are doing all this patrolling in not only beach, everywhere. Day, night, Saturday, Sunday, whatever day. They are doing all these things. So that one fine day, we hold their hand and then get rescued.
Prabhuji, bhakti क्या होती है?
What is bhakti? Bhakti means to understand I am the servant of the Lord and engaging in the service. That is bhakti. For that we don't have to have PhDs in astronomy. We don't have to have in metaphysics. We don't need to understand how the moon goes, how the Venus goes, how all these things. We don't have to go anywhere. What is bhakti? Practicing bhajana. When we do bhaj, means glorifying the Lord. That is bhakti. And for that, the best means is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I don't need to understand the whole science. No, first you tell me how it works, then I will do it. That will never happen. That will never happen. Because the Lord has locked it. Because we have always doubt. He doesn't want to reveal himself to people who doubt what he is saying. And Lord is saying already, you just chant, you discuss my subject matter. The verse that we started today, Mat Chitta Mat Gata Prana. bodhayanta parasparam. So Lord is already telling He is not secret. But the mercy is secret. It's Lord. The mercy will be opened only when we have faith. Adav Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Vachana Kriya Anartha Nivriti. There is this ladder of where we have to start is to have at least faith in what Krishna is telling. At least we should have basic faith. Though we may not, who is eating?
It's basket.
It's lost.
At least we should have little faith. Just like if I am going to a barber shop, I have faith that he will not cut my neck.
Yes.
I have some faith, right? Of course, I don't see any certification that he did, but I have faith. Okay, मेरा जो पहले गया है वो बचा है, उसके पहले जो गया है वो बचा है, हाँ मैं भी बचूंगा.
We are not like living very consciously, but we put our faith in day-to-day activities like on other person.
Yes.
Very easily. For example, when we are traveling in train, in bus, we are putting our faith on the driver.
Yeah.
He will drive us safely.
We put faith because we have no choice, but we don't put in faith in God because we think we have choice.
Right.
That is our problem. And that choice the Lord is giving out of love. The Lord loves us so much that He is giving us the free will to decide, do we want to go to Krishna or do we want to stay back? And we prefer to stay back. Because we think, I am already fine with relief. I don't want happiness. If there are no suffering, that itself is a blessing for me. This is what we pray, right? Bhagwan, sab acha hona chahiye. I want all, no problems in my life. A last poll, tell me, how many of us want problems? No hand raising? Oh man.
Very truly, Prabhuji. Like I don't
You raised
pray
it.
like this anymore.
Thank you very much. At least 2 घंटे का फल मिला है. Because of the problem only Dhruva went to do tapasya.
Exactly.
When we don't want problem, we are just postponing our success. Now let me. How many of us want to be happy? Then the problems will come. Why? Because we have declared a war with Maya. As soon as when we say I want happiness, we are declaring a war with one who doesn't want to give happiness. Now who will win? Maya to ye na, it gives all problems. And scriptures say that when the problems come, what should we do? We say that Lord, देखो मेरा problem कितना बड़ा है. But rather we should tell to the problem, how big is my Lord? When we show my Lord is great, the problem is nothing, because after all problem who is creating? Maya. Who is Maya? Sister of the Lord. Now tell me, who will listen whose voice? Anyway, thank you very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. हरे कृष्णा.